Good evening, everyone. Welcome to We Poetry. And you know that this is the way to do it every Saturday night, wherein we just dive in to our human emotions and discover, hey, you know what? This is who I am, and I will not be afraid to show it. And this is brought to you, of course, by our friendly partners, Expat Choice Asia, Tambayan Gastro Bar, Dream Wide Awake PH Coffee, and of course, Zeostel. Thank you so much, our partners. Thank you for trusting us and believing in us and our art form. So, for people who just tuned in and for the first time, We Poetry is a global online weekly poetry open mic. So we have poets from all over the world, and we find them or they find us, and we let them have the platform to share their art every Saturday night, 7 p.m. until we don't know what time, as usual. So for tonight, our theme for our open mic is the art of letting go. And I know people who are heartbroken. Yes, this is it, but this is not only it. We will discuss the many phases of our humanity wherein we face that choice to let go or that situation wherein somebody left and you're on your own. So, and now, especially now that we have this COVID crisis, and I hope that you guys are keeping yourself safe and healthy. And I know that it can be a bit crazy for a lot of people because we're in a lockdown, and but the thing is, at the end of the day, it's about you being safe, being healthy, and you loving who you are and reconnecting online, just like this show that we have tonight. So we go around the world and discover the different types of poetry that people can offer. And our first is right here in the Philippines because we are being beamed live, of course. Thank you so much, Skype, for being the platform of choice. And we are in the Philippines. Our tech team is based in Pasig City, and our operations are in Quezon City. And I am not in National Capital Region, but our first performer is from the capital, Manila, and she is someone that I have known for more than a year. And she is 21 years old, and she's a poet, writer, and currently she juggles working for a BPO, business processing outsourcing company here in the Philippines. And she explores the boundaries after boundaries of her art form. And she is a member of Alabatsinag Pilipinas, an art collective here in the Philippines. And she's been performing in a lot of venues such as Jess and Pat's, and also in Intramuros and even Rizal Park. Her pieces are focused on real life experiences and feelings that she has felt and had experience with people around her. Let's all welcome from the Philippines, MJ Jabulan.
Hi.
Hello, MJ. How are you?
Hi.
How are you tonight?
I'm doing
Okay, I think we're still waiting for your face to
Hello.
grace our screens
Hello.
tonight.
Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yes, I
Hello.
can hear you and see you. Hi, how are you?
Oh yeah. Hi. I'm doing cold. No, I'm cold. Doing yeah.
All right, okay, so I don't know if you're gonna make us cold or you're going to like burn us with the truth that you bear tonight about letting go. Let's all welcome again from the Philippines, MJ Jabulan.
Alright. Hi guys. So I have two pieces for you tonight. The first one, it's sort of like an open letter. It's called September Goodbye. For someone that you should let go na. So let's start. I wonder if you still think about those nights, those insane long nights where we would find ourselves enjoying each other's company with whatever we could find. Before the sleepless nights, the raging war, we were just us, right? You were that scared little boy with a red guitar, and I was that new girl who didn't have any idea how to make any friends. Somehow, we connected with no warnings that something that was never planned to be lit combusted greatly. We became best friends. Apparently, 19-hour conversations does that to teenagers. You became my gateway mirror to a future that was never meant to exist. But you see, it wasn't hard to fall in love with someone who knew every inch of you. Those eye twitches or the line that forms above my forehead, the way I bite my lip when I lie about being okay. You knew them all. That's why even after 4 whole years have passed, it's always with you, it's always a full 360. You were always my safe haven, the one who'd always know if I was truly happy or deeply depressed. You own that part of me that would never love anyone else. You own the hug that would sever ties with all the anger, the pain, and regret. To make these feelings valid, I'd like to say that we tried our hardest to keep us, but we didn't. I want you, and the way you look at me that last time, I know you felt the same. But I regret to inform you that maybe if we were older, wiser, maybe maybes are possible. But I can't wait forever. So allow me to hold on to these memories one last time while you tell her you love her, while you hold her. Allow me to hold you responsible for the pain while I am missing you deeply. You will always be my broken boy, my prince of ballads, my jolly September morning, my tempting July evening, my best friend. I wish I was still the person in your dreams, but I have to let it go. It's all still you, but goodbyes are in order. Not just for you, not just for me, but for the younger us in the past that promised each other that we wouldn't end purely in a tragedy. So, thank you. That was my first piece. Um, so it's about someone that happened in the past. But then I think it's actually time to just move on already about it, since I think that's eventually where we're going, anyways. So, the second piece that I have, it's actually not a secret anymore about how I am still mourning a loss. Um, that happened a year ago, but so I'm not sure if this is me letting him go, but one day I guess. So here it goes. Time stood still as I breathed in deeper and deeper, fighting off the urge to exhale the remaining strain of strength I had left. Tension builds below the ground as I try to run through these steps, leading to a dream destination beside you, except this was a nightmare. Some say you will realize your heart exists when it breaks, and here I am feeling no heartbeats nor scars being made by the slicing inside. I felt like everything in my chest has just whisked away. You see, I knew you before I was introduced to the sun, the stars, and the moon. I was able to memorize the planes before I was taught to gaze upon the reflection in the mirror. I get lucid dreams, but the only thing lucid about this is how painful it was when you decided to leave. You never even said goodbye. You just stepped like a pot and slipped away. And then that was it. How was I supposed to let this go? How am I supposed to say goodbye and mean it? No, every day I build with love and tears, hoping that you had reasons. But how was I supposed to know, right? Then again, I will never get an answer, and all I am left with is acceptance. And maybe I can try consoling myself that you wanted to, you just didn't have a chance. I remember saying goodbye and then saying hello again. From here, that would be a routine because letting go in these circumstances wouldn't be letting go, it would be lying. And as much as I want to lie to make things okay, you didn't raise me a liar. So thank you. So that was my last piece. Lakan, are you still there?
Our, yes, of course, I am still here. And you know what? Um, I was trying to like grasp that feeling because it just went straight at me. Your second piece, because we have all lost someone in our life, and it's not the easiest thing,
Mm,
and
oh,
will never be the easiest thing. H- h- How
well,
was how was your
how,
experience when you were writing your second piece?
it was hard. It was like I was sitting in a very dark room just thinking. Well, these past few days have been really hard because I have enough time to think about it. I guess I am actually more happy if the quarantine was over because by then I wouldn't have enough time to think. I would just be going around like a regular human being because I hate thinking a lot.
So you put them into words before. I mean, what you mean that loss.
Yes, a lot of times.
Is it something that you usually do as a writing process?
Um, there are times where I can, right? But sometimes I really can't express it in words. I guess sometimes when I am able to write it, it's when I am really looking for someone to talk to. And since I cannot just, go up to my friend and then ask and then tell them to write it,
Hello, MJ.
hey, I'm
I think we
sad.
kind of lost you. Okay, it's all right. I
I
mean,
guess
yes, that
what
proves that we are
I
live.
would naturally do is talk and then hello, can you hear me?
I
Hello.
think I think we lost you for like maybe 15 seconds. So
Oh,
yeah, so yes, people, we are live and this happens, but you know what? This is how we do, especially when we are in that feeling of loss. Also, we continue. So what were you saying? Sorry about that.
um, what I was saying is that when you told me how I write these pieces, it's naturally just me talking to myself or to thin air. Because of course it's actually kind of weird because not everyone wants this kind of negativity. Like going up to a person and telling them, "Hey, I'm devastated. I'm sad," or like this. So I naturally do not want to bother other people, so I would just talk to myself and then write my thoughts, and then that's how I come up with most of my pieces.
I mean, it's a fantastic way to really just take it all in and just put it into a piece. But like for you, do you think it's is it a coping mechanism for you to kind of like make you still, make you like uh, make you a bit more relaxed or resolved when you are facing a loss?
I guess for me, the process of accepting that loss is something that I would have to deal with in the future. Like
Hmm.
for now, my process of acceptance at this is me accepting that I can still go on, but it's not accepting what happened, basically.
I mean, like it's. I mean, these things really happen, no? I
Yes,
mean,
they do.
it's unavoidable. Like ends are unavoidable. It will happen, and when it does, like for you, for people who are watching right now in our YouTube channel around the world, what would be your message to the people who are learning that art of letting go?
I guess just don't rush it. You don't rush the process. Eventually, you will get there. And when you do, it would feel like a whole brick system has been lifted off your shoulders.
It is it like a surprise, like, oh, by the way, you're already there.
I guess so. I haven't actually reached that point yet. I guess one day you
Hmm.
will wake up and then you'll realize everything is going to be okay. Of course, with the help of a few people. But yeah, you don't rush
Well,
yourself.
we'll all get there. We'll all find that resolution, right?
Yes. Yes. I
It's,
mean,
yeah.
I mean, uh, I mean, relationships don't last forever. So,
Oh, okay. Okay, I think we were not ready for that, people. Okay, here we go. I think the comment section will be like, "Oh, by the way, yes, this ex of mine."
oh
Okay,
no.
there was no memo on that, people. But you know what? That's how life is. Curveballs are everywhere. So, ooh. So, but thank you so much, MJ, though, for those two
Yeah.
pieces.
Thank
Thank you, thank
you.
you, thank you so much.
Thank
Do
you
you
very
have
much. Huh?
do you have pages that they can follow on social
Uh,
media?
yes, I do. I'll tell you. It's at the Mid Morning Quietus. You will find that in FB and Instagram. That's where I usually post my pieces, and then I'll leave it in the comment down below as well. I'll
Awesome.
Okay.
So be sure to follow MJ Jabalan on her social media and try to discover more about her journey as a person and as a poet. So thank you so much again from the Philippines, MJ Jabalan.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Okay, so we're in the Philippines, yeah? Yes. So we're in the Philippines and we will now no stay here. We will stay here in the Philippines and discover more poetry from another poet. But before that, would like to tell everyone, please, 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 if you love what you see and hear and experience here at We Poetry Global, please like and share this video and spread that word that poetry is alive every week here in our channel, 7 p.m. until, well, we don't know until what time, but that's how life is. We take it as it comes. And for you to share that love, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. For people who have watched our show for the past 3 weeks, thank you, thank you. And for the artists, the poets from all over the world, thank you so much. We had poets from the United States, Canada, Singapore, of course, the Philippines, and Hong Kong. And we'll have more poets coming out write to you tonight, and I'm so excited. Okay, I'm stuttering. What's happening? Well, that's what happens when it's live, and it never grows old. This nervousness, even if I've done this so many times. And now that we are in the Philippines, might as well go to one of our cities here and say hello. I've never met this poet before, but I'm excited to hear her pieces uh, because number one, her profile is pretty much very, very interesting because she is a marketing professional during the day and a writer in her little way of hers and being like I don't know if there's a lot of people who actually know that she is a writer and a poet, but we will ask her that later. And she has written for Good Housekeeping magazine in the Philippines and has written a number of advertisements as well. And she writes wit to inspire, to provoke, and to express her observations and emotions through her poetry. Let's all welcome people. So welcome Pia Senadrin.
Hi everyone. Hi Lakan.
Hello Pia. Okay, so I finally see your face. And hello. So how are you tonight? Have you had your dinner?
Yes, I've had my dinner because I might not be able to eat later, so I'm really nervous right now.
I love your bright aura, and let's see how we're going to learn the art of letting go from your voice tonight.
Okay.
Let's all welcome again Pia Senadrin.
Thank you very much, Lakan. Hi everybody. My name is Pia Sanidrin, and I'm also known as Colorful Poet on social media. Um, I have 7 short poems that I'm going to read tonight. And why seven? Because as you know, when you wanted to let go, you go through 7 stages of grief. So I wrote for each one. And but before giving you a poem for each stage, one of the reason why I'm going to share a poem that's basically why I write a lot of poems to let go. And it's basically because when I lost my dad, I have to grieve. And it's funny because I've been grieving for a number of years, and I don't know, maybe I've gotten over it. And so my first poem is called Today, and here goes. Today, I let you go with a heavy heart, still in denial that we have to part. Today, you are free from all the struggles that tore your spirit. Today, you are free from pain and never have to bear it. Today ended it all as your soul is reborn. Today, you are happy, but ironically, I mourn. Today, you rejoice as you join our Creator. Rest in peace and suffer no more. So I wrote this poem on the day that he died, and actually, it's gonna be his death anniversary on Monday. So it's this day is really timely. So the next poem is entitled "I Stared," because I was in a state of shock at that time, and that is the first stage of grief. So and it goes like this: I stared at the wall, not moving, not wondering. I stared at the ceiling, not shifting, not sleeping. I stared at the floor, not blinking, just thinking. I stared out the window, not seeing, not hearing. I stared at the sky, not wishing, just praying. I stared at your photograph, not hoping, not feeling. The next poem is merely an observation, because we know that we often see ghosts, like we see people that we don't want to see. And so it goes something like this: I see your ghost and I can't breathe, too stunned to even move my feet. I hear your voice as if you're here, frozen in time, so fresh, so surreal. But it's just your ghost. It's not you. It's a dream and it's not true. No need to fear. It isn't real. I need to realize. I need to heal. The next poem is entitled Freeing, and this poem is not about a person particularly. It's about my previous job. Um, that job is very interesting, and hence I wanted to unleash my anger, and I wanted to let go of the pains that I've had in that work. So this is the poem that I wrote for that job as I've decided to resign from it. So it's really quite an experience. So here it goes. Freeing. I free myself from pain, from cries that pour like rain. I free myself from sting, from questions about my being. I free myself from worry, from acts that I shouldn't be sorry. I free myself from fear, from stares that sink me to tears. I free myself from shame, from words I'm not to blame. I free myself from you, from the wrongs you made me do. The next poem is entitled Depression, and actually I've observed this because I've seen somebody go through depression, and I wrote this to maybe to try to understand what that person is going through at that time. So here it goes. It's very, very short. I lost my sun, my warmth, my delight. I fell into the dark, bone cold with fright. I lost my star, its sparkling light. I lost my way into the night. I lost my fire, my passion and desire. I lost my heat, my energy and drive. I lost my voice, my will to inspire. I lost my youth, my strength to thrive. The next poem is about moving on. So it's part of the process of letting go is to move on later on, right? So I think, yeah, I wrote this because I wanted to move on from that god awful job. So here goes. Moving on. One by one, I let go of the things that remind me of you. Step by step, I move on from where I could be free from you. Little by little, I no longer have any recollection of how it feels to be with you. Day by day, I no longer cry, nor I longer long for you. And as I started my series of poems with a title called Today, I will end this segment with another poem entitled Today. And it's all about acceptance. As you let go, you accept what happened. So you accept where you are and you accept where you have to go. So it's all about acceptance. And the title of this poem again is called Today. Today I can walk without asking why you left me that day. Today I can turn my back and erase all the memories away. Today I can close our book and put it on fire and feel okay. Today is the day I've been wishing for to come all these years. Today. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, Lakan.
Oh my goodness. Pia, wait. It was a barrage of emotions and how many was that? Six or seven poems.
7 points.
And my goodness, I wasn't ready for that. I was like holding the edge of my fridge because I'm standing up right now. And I was like, I wasn't ready for that. Wait, there was no memo. My God, such a roller coaster of emotions from Pia tonight. I hope you guys who are watching, Good and well.
Thank you.
And I I had so many. I was taking down notes actually earlier, and it was insane because for me, you took us in a journey, your journey,
Yes, it
you
was.
know, and I felt like it was your journey. Then it became kind of mine. I related to it, and it's the magic of poetry when somebody feels what you're feeling. And like for you, has it ever happened wherein like you shared your poem and then somebody told you like what I told you now, like I saw myself in your poem? How does it feel for a poet?
Actually, it feels very fulfilling because as a poet, you just not wanted to convey your emotions, but you want people to relate to you, to what you write. So it's a it there's I feel fulfilled about it because I was able to touch that person through what I write, and maybe not with my actions, but maybe with what I write. So I'm happy to be able to touch people's lives or to touch their hearts through my writing.
Earlier I wanted to ask, like, what was this job of yours, this company of yours that you love, but we will not. We will keep that under privacy. So, but and I wonder, like, how was the process of letting go of that job for you?
It was like you can kind of like relate it to how you break up with a person or break up a friendship with another, because they say like when you enter or when you have a job, you're kind of like married to it as well. So leaving a job is like breaking up with somebody also, especially if
Mm.
you put your heart and soul into that job, and then you really just have to let go because it's kind of like changing you in a negative way, and it's not really doing good for your health. So you feel torn, you feel torn.
But for you, was it instantaneous? Was there like a switch for you to like say, okay, you know what, I'm ready to let go?
Like when you're in a relationship or when you're in a job and then somebody made a mistake, and then you kind of like, okay, shrug it off first and then see, maybe give people a chance, diba? So you kind of like you kind of like keep giving them chances, but until such time that there's no more chance to give. I mean, and you've reached the last straw already, and sometimes you have to keep going back and forth, thinking if I should stay or I should go. Should I, and you even write the pros and cons of going and or staying, and so that's what makes you torn. And later on, you also try to think of the relationships that you've had with the colleagues that the colleagues that you have in that company. So those are the considerations apart from the monetary reasons, of course, right?
We have, yes, we have rent to pay, we have food to eat, but then again, I think it's about you realizing that it doesn't rhyme anymore,
Yep, that's true.
you know and like for you, did poetry play a part in that decision, or how did poetry assist you or stay with you in that process?
Well, actually, poetry is my outlet. So whenever I'm angry, frustrated, or whenever I'm I feel down, I write, and so I write depressing poems, I write angry poems, and writing those poems helped me to release those anger and help me think more about the situation I'm in, because I was able to already release a portion of the anger, the irrational part, into poetry, and hence that makes me rational in making my decisions later on.
Hmm. I wonder. I mean, if I mean, you've probably read the most poems than any other poet in We Poetry in our three show run. But you know what? I am interested to hear a poem that you've not read tonight, but actually spoke of that process of like anger. Will that be all right for us to indulge in from you?
Sure.
Yay!
Well, and
And this is what we're talking about here at We Poetry because in We Poetry we don't really do manicured shows. We don't have curated shows where you feel like it's perfect because for us we want to embody poetry. Poetry is to be human. I mean, and to express that humanity and these mistakes, these impromptu ones, it makes us more human and more humane in the process. So, actually, you know what? And I'm so excited because this week, just this week, we put up something inside We Poetry. We put up something called Collective Community on Facebook, where you can share your poems there with the rest of the world. So, uh,
cool.
yeah. So let us hear the poem of Pia. But this one, I think this is something that's going to be taking us in another journey again.
Okay. It's called. It's a very short poem actually, and it's called Patience. Um, Patience, like energy, runs out, like balloon filled with excess air bursts, like a lit cigarette emits smoke, like stones rubbed together sets fire. That's it. It's just a one stanza poem,
Wow.
but yeah, at that time I was really running out of patience with one person, and I
Mm,
just have to unleash that.
wow. I mean, I love it when I read short poems and then suddenly like, yeah, that's how you end that thing. I mean, you don't have to have like a super long poem to express that, and when it just translates your your feeling into words, it's just so you don't need to write a lot, actually.
Thank you. Actually, yes, as long as I think when you are into it, when the writer is into something, it's really easy for somebody to just write it out, especially if the person is in it. You just get to the right words to put into a poem. So I believe every writer has that thing in them.
Yeah, and we definitely felt that from you since you took us into that roller coaster ride of emotions earlier, and thank you for taking us in that ride. Thank you
Thank,
so much, Pia.
thank you.
And
Thank you,
do
Lakan.
you do you have other social media pages where they can like check out your poem?
Well, actually, I only have an Instagram account, and it's called Colorful Poet. Colorful with a U.
Colorful,
Yeah, color
colorful,
poet.
colorful poet.
Yep.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
You know what? What we can do later is we'll ask the artists to coordinate with our tech team, and so we can list down all these social media pages, so our viewers can go back and forth, and really experience your poetry even outside We Poetry. So I hope that we get to like experience your poetry again here in our show.
Thank you. Thank you, Lakan. I hope
Thank
to
you
be
so
with
much.
you again in the future. Thank you.
Awesome. And you stay safe, right? Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye bye. Okay, that was Pia from the Philippines, Metro Manila, and she did take us into this story of hers, and we just dove into what what she felt in certain points of her life. And I think for a poet, that is one of the most powerful feelings that we can express. And as you can hear, we there was a tricycle that passed by. Yes, we are live. We cannot edit that. And this is the beauty about life when you let go of the fact that, you know what? Life is not perfect. And you will lose people. You will also gain people along the lines of you waiting, and sometimes you just have to walk and continue on your journey. So, and continuing in our journey, I would love to invite, as I said earlier, we have just opened something in our Facebook page. It is a group called Collective Community where you can share your poems, your art, and build that sense of belongingness with other poets from all over the world, and just tell us how it is to be you through your poetry. So I hope you guys can check us out at facebook.com/we poetry global, in our social media pages, also in Instagram and also in Twitter, and of course here in YouTube. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and share in your social media pages as well. If you love poetry, then please let us be part of your daily lives by sharing this video, and also check out our previous episodes and discover also their poetry, different types of poets from our previous episodes. So thank you so much again. I'd like to thank, of course, our sponsors, Tambayan Gastro Bar. Hello, people in Malate. And definitely after this COVID thing, I would love to go back there and have their sisig for sure. And of course, a cold beer to match that. And of course, I heard they also have shows every day, and they have an open mic every Saturday. And I heard that it is also, of course, by one of our huge supporters, and one of the biggest collectives, art collectives in Southeast Asia, Alabatsinag Pilipinas. So I'd like to thank, of course, Expat Choice Asia, the Singapore-based company providing options for expats and discovering that home, it's everywhere you go. So, and also I'd like to thank Dream Wide Awake Coffee and their fantastic kick of drink that can make you be alive every single day. And thank you so much, of course, to another one, definitely Z Hostel Philippines, one of the most hip hostels in the world. And of course, please check out our other Facebook, our social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, for our announcements, especially for next week's episode. So, and now we're staying here still in the Philippines because our next poet is from Muntinlupa, Philippines, south of Metro Manila. And she is from Alabatsinag, Pilipinas. And she delves into mental health and embracing that sense of darkness in that's present in all of us. But I think she will be telling us a story of how to stay with your darkness and express that fear, that weakness that we all feel. Let's all welcome our next word from the Philippines, Isis.
Hello! Okay na
All
ba yan?
right,
Nakikita na ba?
sis. Oo, nakikita. Yeah. By the way, people, if please turn on your people who are watching us right now, please turn on your what do you call that? The English subscript, and because of course some of our artists will be using their natural, not their mother tongue sometimes. So we are very much open for all the poets anywhere in the world. If you want to perform here in Chinese or in French or in any other language that you're comfortable with, you're open. So just like today, hello Isis, kamusta?
Hello!
You
Okay
want to
lang.
start?
Medyo rough lang talaga minsan, lalo na COVID ngayon. So, yung anxiety rin. So, yun.
Yes. Actually, I just would love to see your face properly. So maybe you can shift your camera, um, maybe on portrait. Yes, there we. Wait. Okay. No, no, not upside down. Okay. There we go. Awesome.
Hindi wait lang.
Uh,
Hindi siya wala akong patungan.
okay lang. So don't forget to turn on your subtitles, people, and we'll all discover Isis's poetry and on
Okay lang
portrait,
din ganyan.
Isis.
Hindi
Pwede
kasi,
ibalik pa pa. Yan, ganyan. Ganyan.
kasi walang
Yes!
magtan. Hawakan ko na lang.
Sige, pwede
Okay.
rin. Yan. Resourceful tayo. All right. Okay, so we have Isis live here at We Poetry. Take it away.
So, yung una kong piece, sorry, nanginginig yung kamay ko. So, nanginginig talaga siya for may anxiety kasi ko. So, yun, yung una kong piece, it's about depression. Since letting go yung theme natin ngayon. So, it's about depression na ano tawag doon, nag-hold on ka na masyado doon sa depression kasi naging naging home mo siya. So, ang title ng piyesang ito, Comfort Zone. So, I'll be performing 2 pieces of poems and 1 short song. Yan lang. So, title ito, Comfort Zone. Lagi mong sinasabi ang mga katagang mahal kita na importante ako at mahalaga. Oo, naririnig kita at wala akong pakialam kasi ayokong makaramdam. Naiintindihan mo ba na ako'y sawang-sawa na ayoko nang maniwala pa dahil gusto ko na to. Nasanay na ako dito. Ayokong maging normal, gaya ng kasama mong mga hibang sabihin mo mang katwiran ko'y mali, baluktot, di mawari ang pagiging ganito. Ang aking naging tahanan ito, ang aking buhay, ayokong sumabay sa agos ng iyong mundo, ayokong kumawala. Hinanamnam ko ang bawat sakit ng pagkakakulong sa mga rehas na ako mismo ang bumuo. Ayokong lumaya, ayokong maging katulad ng iba. Ako, ang mayroon ako, at ako, ito. Nakakasakal man. Nakakapagod man pero sa bawat pagdurusa na aking nararanasan doon ko, nakikita at nararamdaman ang realidad ng buhay. Tulad ng pagsikat at paglubog ng araw, tulad ng buwang nagdadahaw at lumilitaw, nandirito ako at nananatili kahit pa ang kaligayahan ng tinataboy at sakit, ang siyang pinipili, wala akong pinasisisihan. Dahil ito, ang aking pagkatao, ito, ang bumubuo sa akin ito, ang humuhubog sa bawat hibla ng aking nakaraan na ngayon ng produkto ay ito. Wala akong pinagsisisihan. At nais ko pang magpasalamat sa lahat ng kumutya at hindi naniwala, sa bawat paglait at hindi pagtanggap, sa 2 dekada ng aking pag-iisa, sa bawat kaibigan na puro pagpapanggap, sa bawat pagtaboy, sa bawat pag-iwan, sa hindi mo pagpili sa pagsambit ng mga salitang, sana hindi ka na lang nabuhay sa mundo. Mga taon na nabuhay ako sa sakit, pagdurusa, dalamhati at pag-iisa. Ngayon, nasanay na lang ako sa paglalakbay, dala ang bigat na bagahe ng aking nakaraan na hindi ko kayang pakawalan at hindi ko pakakawalan. Parang bisyo na nakaka-addict, hindi ko lubos na maisip ang kahinat na ng buhay na to kung wala ang madilim at masalimuot na depresyon kung tawagin. Kinauhumalingan ko ang bawat pakiramdam na dulot nito na halos patayin ng kaluluwa ko hanggang sa kasalukuyan ay minumulot ako sa pagsunod. Ang tanging balak lamang ay tuluyang sirain at basagin ako pero sa bawat segundo ng aking paglaban, sa bawat minuto ng aking pagsisikap, sa bawat oras ng aking pagbangon, sa bawat araw ng aking pagtayo, kahit na labis na hapong-hapon, nandirito ako at nananatili. Sinisikap na mabuhay kahit walang dahilan para sumugal sa laban ng buhay na matagal ko nang sinukuan. Wala kang karapatan na diktahan kung paano dapat ako mamuhay dahil hindi mo alam ang aking pinagmulan at kung bakit ko pinitiling manatili sa nakaraan. So, yun po yung first poem ko na na letting go siya ng depression kahit napaka-imposible. Pero yun, syempre hangad natin na maging okay. So, yun. So, my next piece. Rinig ba ako? Alright. So, next piece ko
Yes,
ay...
dinidinig ka pala, Isis. You're good.
Sige. So, next piece ko
Title ito, Mahal Kita Patawad. So ito naman, about siya sa someone like me na merong borderline personality disorder din. So, yun, yung struggle na nagmamahal ka, na meron kang ganitong mental illness or mental issue kasi sobrang hirap. So, ito naman, dahil theme natin din, letting go. So, ito yung, syempre, aim din na ma-let go yung mga delusions, yung mga fixed beliefs. So, ito na, start. Mahal kita, patawad. Sana, sana normal na lang ako. Sana katulad na lang ako ng ibang tao. Nagagalit ako sa sarili ko, sinisisi ko ang sarili ko sa pagiging ganito. Sobrang mahal kita pero hindi mo kinakaya yung bigat, yung sakit, yung hapde ng pag-ibig at pagmamahal mo para sa isang tulad ko. Alam ko mahirap akong mahalin. Alam ko mahirap akong ibigin dahil hindi maalis sa isipan ko, hindi mabura sa utak ko yung mga delusyon na dala nitong sakit na ito. Palagi nitong sinisigaw na hindi mo naman talaga ako mahal. Na walang kayang magmahal sa akin dahil ganito ako, na ipagpapalit mo ako at iiwan dahil hindi naman talaga ako karapat dapat mahalin ng kahit sino. Minamahal at iniibig kita ng labis, ng buong buo. Ikaw lang ang inibig ko ng ganito, ikaw lang. Sana alam mo kung gaano kita kamahal kahit ang ibig sabihin ng pananatili ko ay siyang pagkawasak ng pagkatao mo. Mahal na mahal kita. Patawad mahal kung nasasaktan ka. Gusto kitang palayain pero hindi ko magawa. Dahil hindi kita kayang mawala noon, wala akong dahilan para mabuhay pero simula noong minahal at inibig kita, ikaw ang natatanging dahilan kung bakit pa ako humihinga. Mahal na mahal kita. Mahal kita, patawad. Patawad dahil minamahal at iniibig mo ako. Patawad na nasasaktan kita. Patawad na gulong-gulo, litong-lito, rinding-rindi ka na. Mahal kita, patawad. Patawad kung hindi na kinakaya ng isipan mo, pero sana manaig ang bulong ng puso mo, wag mo sana akong sukuan dahil pinili at pinipili at patuloy kitang pipiliin ng walang hanggan. Mahal kita, patawad. Patawad kung puro sarili ko na lang ang umiikot sa relasyon natin. Patawad kung ako na lang ang palaging pinapakinggan. Patawad kung ako na lang palagi ang iniintindi. Mahal kita. Patawad. Patawad. Mahal na mahal kita. So yun, to end this sa akin. I'm sorry?
Isis, teka lang, bakit po tayo mahilig po alam mo kasalanan ko to joke. ako yung nag-suggest ng tema ngayong gabi. Kasalanan ko to kung bakit tayo lahat nasasaktan. It's my fault, yes. Pero like for you, like my goodness, this poem, like it, people are messaging me right now, privately messaging me. I swear that people are saying like, "What's wrong with you? Like why is this? I mean, like me, like anong problema mo lakan? Like why am I hurting this way?" And that poem really homed in. Like sobrang totoo nung tula mo. Sobrang salamat dun sa pagkatotoo nung tula. Sobra.
Well, kasi para sa akin, laging tinuturo ni Tatay Lakan na yung poem, pinaka-sentro niya yung puso at katotohanan. Yun yung tumatak sa isip ko na laging tinuturo ni Tatay Lakan sa akin, sa amin. Tapos yung mga metaphors, yung mga ganun, yung mga rhyming, ano na lang yun icing sa cake. Pero yung pinaka-sentro talaga ng tula, katotohanan at puso. Kaya salamat kay Tatay Lakan.
Kinikilig ako. Pagkatapos mo ako saktan, makikiligin ako. Okay. Joke. But, thank you so much, Isis. Sobrang that poem. Wow. I love that poem. And I know that your next poems, maghahanda na ako. Magsi-seatbelt na ako, ha?
Pero kung gustong i-share na last song, kung okay lang.
Go for it.
Hindi na yung last. Pero igaganyan ko na siya kasi hawak ako ng gitara.
Okay lang yan. Push natin yan. Alright. Okay, so we have poet and musician Isis And so she composed the song,
Yes.
and
Short
let's
song lang siya.
let's take it on a journey.
Nasasaktan sa presensya ko. Naduduro sa pag-ibig ko. Katulad ko na alipin ang dilim. Katulad ko na alipin ang sakit. O bakit ba minahal katulad ko? O bakit ba So, yun lang. Yun lang siya. Para siya sa someone na sobrang mahal na mahal ko. Na ang hirap kasi may depression,
Yee!
borderline ka. Pero yun, fight lang.
Yes, fight, fight, fight. Like when one loves, I watched this movie yesterday. Shelley. It's a story of Mary Shelley and Percy Bysshe Shelley in the UK, in the late 1700s. Tapos yung sabi, what do you call this? Percy Shelley said that, I'm gonna open my, see, this is how live we are. I'm opening my Facebook right now because di ko siya abisado. Okay, so Percy Shelley said to Mary Shelley, I never promised you a life without misery, but I underestimated the depths of despair and the way that we ought to endure. Parang ganun siya for me, na parang masakit talaga pag pag umiibig ka, dapat handa ka rin na masaktan.
Yes.
'Di ba? Para sa'yo, like, yung sakit ba na naramdaman mo nung nagle-let go ka sa mga ex mo dati?
Actually, wala
Um,
akong ex.
wala kang, wala, gusto ko yung pagtawa mo.
First and last na hopefully.
First and last, but yung mga dati mong, like,
Crush.
even for friends, crush or friends na you said goodbye to, um, how was your process for poetry? Like, paano ka nagsusulat? Nagsusulat ka ba kapag iniiwan ka, or ikaw yung nang iiwan? Pwede rin naman.
Usually, nagsusulat ako kapag nasasaktan ako. So, it's either iniwan ako or nangiiwan ako ng friends or crush or family, relatives, ganun. Kasi, mas dama mo yung emosyon. Hindi katulad kapag sobrang saya mo. Parang, ewan ko, mas deep kasi pag nasasaktan ka. Tapos, nagsusulat ako madalas, naglalakad ako ng gabi habang nagsusulat sa ballpen tsaka sa paper. Ganun ako magsulat.
Meron po siyang handang ballpen at paper, guys, ha. Tandaan niyo yan. Okay? Because, I totally advise strongly I advise everyone who would love to discover poetry, have a pen and paper with you all the time. Because you
Yes.
don't know when the emotions arrive, no?
Mm.
So parang minsan talaga yung parang, alam mo yung, parang pwede mamaya na, tapos biglang darating yung emosyon sa'yo, tapos parang,
Yes.
gusto mo siya isulat na ngayon na.
Mm.
And for you, how is that pag wala kang paper or when you don't have a paper and pen?
Kapag
What do you do?
cellphone.
Yeah, of
Cellphone.
course.
Siya. Kasi ang hirap dun, tama ka naman tay, na kapag bigla-bigla kasi yung mga ideas, kunwari katulad nung nag-workshop tayo, na hindi ko makalimutan yun, na pina-fill mo lang yung leaves, yung mga, yung gagamitin mo yung senses mo. Minsan wala, pero minsan biglang dumadating. O kaya may nakita ka lang na lola na nanlilimos. Minsan bigla na lang papasok sa iyo yung lines or isang
Mm.
word. Kaya lagi ka dapat may cellphone or notebook. Pero mas preferably talaga yung, mas pinaprefer ko yung pen and paper, pen and ink. Kasi parang
Mm.
mas feel mo talaga siya.
Hmm. Actually, ako din. But I mean, of course, to each his own. Sometimes cell phones work better for some people. But for me and you, I think it's writing it, no?
Mm-mm.
Parang there's something, I don't know, personal about it, no?
Yes.
So like I mean I haven't seen you for a while, and I've always wanted to, like, my hug. And
Yes. Miss kita, tatay.
I miss you
Who?
too. Oh, magkaiiyak, saan niya ako handa. Okay, wait. But this is how we poetry is, because we want real people here. We want real people who would show their poetry in their most naked way. Like, we don't I was telling earlier before the show started, like, poetry, it's not about perfection. It's about being real. It's about bringing that truth out, your heart out, and like, for me, it's a powerful way to be a human being. And for you, um what what was the turning point for you for poetry?
Ano nga ba? Kasi I really wanted ng music. Gusto ko talaga yung music ever since. Pero iba-iba yung naging course ko, like pre-meds. Tapos, since connected yung music sa poems, so yun, nag-start ako nun. Tsaka meron akong na-inspire ako sa isa kong teacher na pinagsulat kami ng poems. Sobrang galing niya. Tapos simula nun, nag-write ako ng isang poem. Tapos nag-perform sa mga coffee shops. Tapos natuklasan ko yung alab at sinag. Tapos yun, doon na nagtuloy-tuloy. Tapos kasi na-realize ko rin na once na nagsusulat ka ng nagsusulat, nagiging habit siya. Tapos kapag tinigil mo, ang hirap mag-start ka na naman from scratch. So, dapat lang, consistent.
Yeah.
Yun.
Actually, meron do you have like a social media page where they can catch your poetry more?
Wala pa.
Wala pa, but
Hindi lang ako.
check out our collective community and in We Poetry. You can post your poems there, and then interact also with other poets from all over the world. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing your heart tonight.
Thank you.
And I hope that we see you again here at We Poetry. And you have a great night, okay, Nak?
Yes, sige po. Thank you.
Okay, love you. Okay, bye bye. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Okay, that was Isis from the Philippines showing her heart and her truth to us tonight. And we are very, very happy to have her, and also MJ, and of course Pia. And check out also later on, we will have more poets on our second segment coming right out. And it's a much longer segment, and watch out for that, because we will have music, poetry, and of course songs. Yes, they are also poetry, only with melody. So And but before we go to our next segment, we would love to, of course, thank our super supportive partners, poetry partners. Of course, that is Expat Choice Asia, Zeostel Philippines, Tambayan Gastrobar, and Dream Wide Awake Coffee PH. And if you love what you saw tonight and our next segment, and of course our previous episodes, please don't forget to like and subscribe here We Poetry Global and share it in your social media pages and spread the love for poetry. So, and but before that, would love to. Okay, so we're gonna be back in maybe like a few minutes, like maybe 2 or 3 minutes for our next segment. So watch out. We have poets coming from the United States and also from Canada, from Singapore, and of course from the Philippines. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. This is We Poetry.